What is up? This is Joe from the Buckeyes bringing you player interviews. Yes. Getting you ready for the game on Saturday. Here's what we got. Leading her off, we got Cam Brown, Donovan Jackson, Emeka Egbuka, then Matthew Jones, Ronnie Hickman, finishing up with Zach Harrison. Hope you enjoy, and here is Cam Brown.
Restrictions, big game, making a couple big plays.
It felt good. This was one of the first times in a long time where I really felt like I was healthy and I felt like I was really contributing to the team. And it was just great to be out there.
Are you at a point where mentally you still think maybe something could happen to you, or are you past it? Like you're playing without thinking about what's happened in the past?
Oh, yeah, I never think about what happens in the past because that's just going to only lead to more injuries. Because if you hesitant out there, it causes more injuries, you get beat. So I just go out there and just give them all.
Cam, how's this feel? Did you feel 100% healthy?
Yes, definitely, 100%.
And how long have you felt that way?
I felt that way for a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
They still kind of, Ryan, they called it a pitch count. They did kind of use you in the camp, right?
Yeah, they was just trying to make sure I was healthy, took care of my body, so I can be ready for the season.
Cam, how does this defense different for corners? We see 3 safeties out there. We see the defensive line move around, 2 linebackers. Is there any difference from what you guys were doing in past years?
From the corner aspect, no, because at the end of the day, you're on the island. You're down by yourself with no help, so you just have to figure it out. You just believe in your D-line, see if it got done.
So did that make it easier for you, Denzel, the other guys to just fit into this defense? I mean, you're doing what you've been trained to do your whole life, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Our D-line was amazing, so it was made a lot easier for us out there in coverage. We don't have to cover as much as we used to,
This was the first time in a game that you played Jim Boyle's defense. It's one thing to do with practice. How different was it in a game? How much confidence did you have, and what did you think about the performance?
So in practice, we get a lot of the most difficult plays that all beaters. So when we get to the game, we've seen everything. So it makes the game a lot easier and slower for us. So the defense is really exciting. So I'm happy for it.
Yeah, how much fun is it?
It's very fun. You get to run around fast, play fast, you hit hard, you win. So.
And when you draw an offensive pass interference, how gratifying is that when cornerbacks are used to 99% of the time being the ones drawing the flags?
Personally, on that one, I was upset because I thought I was gonna get the pick. But it's good to finally the rest of the offense doing a little extra stuff. So it's good to get a call against me instead of me calling.
When you guys got in on Sunday, how did the grade look? What was the feedback for the way you played?
They said I played good, but I'm move on to the next game. I grade myself a lot harder than anybody else. So whatever that grade is, my grade is most likely lower. So I don't really pay attention to that grade. I just try to go as hard as I can.
What were you critical of? What did you start critical of?
I'm more critical on the details and my techniques, and just make sure that if I need to squeeze a route or something like that, or stay deeper, or just align in certain ways, and just so the quarterback don't get a hint of what I'm in, because quarterbacks look to the corners to see what we play.
This being our first instance of seeing this Jim Knowles defense outside of practice and camp, what do you think it fixes from last year?
I see what you're doing there. I would like to say our defense is very confident, and we fly around fast. So that's the biggest difference from us. We all trust in each other and believe in each other. So that's the difference.
How much of that confidence for you personally is just getting out there and playing a full game, getting off the field, feeling healthy afterward? How much does that just play into your mindset moving forward?
Oh, that played a lot. I'm really excited to just be out there just to play, especially a full game. That was the first time I left the game healthy. Next day practice healthy. I was just excited. So my adrenaline be rushing a lot. I mean, that's a good thing because I just want to go out there and play. I don't really care. No, he's good.
How much confidence does the defensive coordinator have to have to call a corner blitz at the first play of his entire career at a school? And were you kind of surprised when Jim called a corner blitz for the first play of the game?
Yeah, but It's good. Our coach has a lot of confidence in us, and he believes in us. He won't put us out on the field if he didn't. If he don't believe we should be out there, he will not put us out there. So
You kind of put those two plays, that first play where it was just a missed tackle, and the second play where the guy on the third down where he tips it up and makes a miracle catch. Do you kind of set those aside as like those were almost fluke plays? Because if you do set those aside, you really didn't give up anything.
yeah, we can't set them aside because it happened, but we know that Josh is a great tackler. He's going to make. Sorry for that. Josh is going to make he's going to make the tackle. So and we also believe that for the Denzel was in great coverage. I mean, it was one of those balls where you could say he should have dove on, he should have finished, but he was in a great position. Dudes made a good catch. Sometimes a good catch, a good ball, good coverage.
When they threw that flag on pass interference, because most of the calls go against the defense, were you thinking no, or did you know pretty much right away?
Oh, I definitely knew it was him. I didn't even see the flag. I was just more mad because he pulled me down from a game-changing interception in my opinion.
When you said that after the game, the next day you felt fine. How big a hurdle was that? How important was that in comparison to being healthy for the game?
That was probably the most important thing for me because I'm able to go and keep competing the next day, next week. So I go in after the game like, cool, I feel good. I'm ready to compete for this next week.
Cam, did they miss an offensive pass interference on the tight end catch on you?
Many. He gets him. He pushes up. I was kidding.
You're an older guy in this corner. Do you take any initiative to try and be a leader to the younger guys?
Definitely. I have the most experience here, so I try my best to give them information, insights, and anything I know that I will believe will help them and benefit them. So they listen to me, and I do respect them. They're gonna be very good when they get out.
Did it feel good to come off the field Saturday night knowing the defense? You could say the defense won the game with some of the plays you made. You kept it in it while the offense was kind of getting going. Last year, 2 big games, defense was the team that was criticized. Does it feel good to know, hey, we're the group that helped win this game as opposed to what it was like last year?
I mean, yeah, that's a good point, but we're excited to say we were the silver bullets again, because for a while we was the silver bullets, but we didn't live by it, we didn't understand it. Now we live by it and understand it, and we play hard like silver bullets should.
Ken, last question.
What's CJ looking this year compared to last year now that he's had a year starting under his belt, playing against Notre Dame and helping the offense, make a comeback?
CJ is very, very good. He's a great quarterback. If not the best quarterback I ever went against. So I believe in our offense. I believe in them. So I have no doubt that they're going to pick it up. Whatever you guys say.
He says he's faster, stronger, more physically sound than he was last year. Do you see that? How he made those changes physically?
I believe CJ definitely did. I believe our whole team did. Everyone. We bought into the weight room, we bought into the conditioning, we bought into everything Coach Mick offered us to make us better and be able to compete out there the whole year. So,
Yeah, Cam, I'm just kind of always fascinated by your position because you are a leader on this team, but you're also learning a new defense at the same time. Is that just kind of like a weird kind of thing to be in right now, as you're learning but also a leader?
Yes and no, because personally I have to pick things up faster. But it also makes, if I'm able to teach them, I'm learning myself. Because if I'm able to teach something, I'm able to learn from my teachers. So it's maths.
Okay. Hey, Cam, who is the fastest cornerback from St. Louis on the team?
Me? What do you mean?
Just asking.
Oh, no, don't believe JK. Don't do it.
I mean, Coach Mick said JK back in the spring. I mean...
I'm good. I'm fast. He's fast. Yeah, he's fast.
Thanks, Cam.
All right.
Thank you. Jeez, Matt, bro.
Thanks, Cam.
Oh my God.
He should.
Thanks, Cam.
I'm over here twitching the whole time.
Well, as an offensive line, we knew we had to, run the ball. And so we kind of took it upon ourselves, look, we got to go. All 5 of us did a great job doing our jobs and getting the ball downfield. And luckily it showed in the second half.
For you personally, this was your first start. What was it like? How was it breaking in?
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous at the start. It's 106,000. in the stadium. But after the first couple of drives, I calmed down. As I look like Coach Day, Coach Fry, all of the brotherhood, they're behind me. They believe in me. So I was like, I just got to go out there and play.
You say the first couple of drives, is there any specific play that maybe got you into the flow of the game that sort of broke in and got you, your head right?
Well, I wouldn't say anything like that. It was more of coming off to the sideline and having all my brothers there like, hey, Donnie, like, you got this. Like, you're good, bro. Just go out there and play like you always do. So I was like, hey, like, if everybody behind me believes in me, I got no reason not to believe in myself.
How do you evaluate your play from Saturday night? How did you feel you did?
Well, I feel like it was a nice start. I'm nowhere close to where I want to be, rather where I need to be. So, that just comes with a competitive stamina, getting better every week, staying consistent. I feel like if I just keep on that track, I'll get to where I need to be.
There was that sack early. How much of that kind of eye-opener into, okay, I'm in big-time college football right now?
Well, yeah, certainly that didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But it's I just had to, like, wipe it off, get after the next play. College football and high school football for a reason, so I just had to keep going.
Where do you go from here? You talked about there being more you need to add, more you need to improve. What are those areas?
Well, there's a multitude of areas. Even the stuff I'm good at, there's still many things I need to improve on. I can go into a long tangent of what I need to improve on, but basically it's just getting back to the fundamentals and just staying powerful, being a good piece to this offense and this team.
What wasn't quite clicking on offense for you guys that gave you a chance as the game went on?
Well, we just had to settle in as an offense, and I felt like once we did, we got the ball rolling.
What was it like in the midst of that 95-yard drive? Yeah, CJ hit a couple of passes, but it was trivia, and then it was Maya, and y'all were blowing them off the ball to a certain extent. What was it like to be out there in the middle of it?
Well, it was a great feeling. Obviously when your offense is successful and as offensive line, when you're running the ball well, you can't help but get excited. So I felt like we just rode that momentum down the field. And, obviously all 5 guys, all 11 guys, I would say, not just O-line, all 11 of us were doing our job and we were all clicking.
Matt said that he had a 102-degree fever for that game. Battle through that pretty well. What would you want to say about that?
Well, I would say Matt's nothing short of a warrior. He was obviously out of it for a really long time. He was getting IVs, getting trying to come back, but he had, game time came and Coach Fry was like, Matt, you're good, and he was like, Coach Fry, I got this. I'm not going to let my team down. So I give nothing but all my respect to Matt. He battled through a lot coming to this game, and when he showed out there and he balled out for the entire game.
Depending on Luke's status, going into the game this week, Matt could be at center, could be next to him, Enoch could be in there. How confident are you about that matchup, about that combination?
Well, I feel like we're very confident. I feel like all those guys are prepared to do whatever the team needs, and that includes all of us on the O-line. So we're just getting prepared for this week and try to be the best we can be.
Donovan, when Belly Enoch gets into the game late like you did, you call that counter play and he kicks that guy out for a big game there. How'd you guys celebrate that in the O-line when you were watching this match?
Well, it just goes back to what Coach Day says about competitive excellence. Making the play when your number's called. Enoch's number was called, and he had a great kickoff block and got a great gain off of it. So we all know that once our number's called, we gotta get after it, and Enoch's a perfect example of that.
How different do you think you'll feel in the second inning?
Well, I feel like now that I have one under my belt, especially the magnitude of that game, I feel like I'm used to it a lot more. I just gotta play my game, play Ohio State game, and I feel like I'll be all right.
That's a hell of a debut to have
Yeah.
Notre Dame, and they talked about trash before the game and all that. What was that whole feeling like?
Well, obviously at the end of the game it was a great feeling, but we wiped it off on Sunday, so we're moving on to Arkansas State this week.
Did y'all address the trash talk? With them?
I didn't, but I feel like as a unit.
Trash talk or addressing for you guys?
I feel like we all just make our statements known sometimes. I'm not going to point out an individual, but yeah.
Both JT and Zach said my call was maybe Aaron Donald. What makes him so good as a guy that you want to win?
Well, with Mike, it's hard to set on him because like he could easily beat you with speed, so you got to get your depth. But then once you get your depth, he can beat you with power because he's about as strong as anybody else on this team. So whenever Mike lines up, I always get my antennas up because I know I have to. If I'm not on my A game, he's going to be high fiving CJ in the backfield. So like Mike is a great player. I'm ecstatic for him and what he did the first game, but it's that's week 1. We're on to week 2, and I feel like he has a lot in store for this program.
You were here last year. He was here last year. We were here this time last year. What changed?
With Mike, I would say it's just I feel like just I don't know, you gotta ask Mike about that, but it's just me observing. I feel like he's just like flowing out there. It's just it's like his game out there, and he's just playing it. That's he's playing free. But that goes with everybody in the D line. I feel like the whole D line does a great job of just playing whistle to whistle, and it's as an offensive lineman has to block them every day. It's not the greatest feeling, but I know that they're getting us better because iron sharpens iron.
Donovan, you've talked a couple times about moving on to Arkansas State, moving on to week 2. How do you kind of keep the same level of intensity this week after there's so much build up to that first one?
Well, I think that goes back to competitive stamina. You gotta have the stamina to go week to week to week, and we respect Arkansas State. Watching the film, they have a lot of talented guys, and so we just have to play our game.
Couple more questions, folks. What was your view of Mayan Williams in the last part of that drive the other night? How would you describe how he was running?
Well, he was running hard. You don't have to have me say that. I feel like everybody saw that, but mine's one of those guys where like if the first tackle don't get him, he's going to take off for even more. So having backs like that behind you makes a job as offensive lineman even easier.
And that competitive stamina you're talking about, it's almost like a boxing thing with heavyweights. Keep giving them body blows until they kind of weaken, right? That's what it looked like you guys got accomplished in that second half. The last 20 minutes of the second half, did it feel like that on the field?
Well, we had the looks we wanted coming into it, so we just had to leave it to execution at that point. And all 11 guys executed in the way they were coached and taught, and the results showed.
Does it raise your expectations for the next game? Are you going into this game with a better view of what you can do or should be able to do that?
Well, we don't want to become stagnant, especially at this university. Everyone always has something to improve on. So it wasn't just me. It was everybody in this building. We had a starting point, but that starting point isn't where we need to be. So we just got to keep working every day, keep stacking days.
Donovan, did you guys know that you were getting ready to get into a grind on that final touchdown drive there? With Jackson going out early and the way that they were playing some really solid pass defense. Were you guys kind of prepping yourself like, all right, it's showtime?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I feel like during at the start of that drive, we as a unit we were kind of like, okay, like we gotta go. Like this isn't something that we have to like delay anymore. Like we have to get off the ball. We have to run. And having that mindset every play, obviously helped out the team to reach a bigger goal.
And when you finally pushed the ball in the end zone, was it kind of like, all right, we know we can do this, compared to, like last year, where a lot of drives were dependent upon CJ throwing the football. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden, Coach Day, Coach Wilson are asking you guys to get up front and grind it out. And when that happens, what kind of accomplishment, I guess, are you feeling at the end of that drive and at the end of the game just as a whole?
Right. So in the offseason, obviously, we emphasize fight and toughness, in the offensive line room. That makes up like half your game right there. So in the offseason, we knew we had to get after it. We didn't want to have the same, we didn't have to rely on someone to like relieve the offensive line. Like we should be able to hold our own and not like hold anyone back, rather. So we were like, during that drive, we just had to like keep on pushing, keep on pounding it. And having that mentality really helped us out.
Donovan, thank you very much.
Thanks. Folks, we'll see you on
I knew I was the read on that play. We've thrown and caught that ball 1,000 times in practice, especially a lot throughout that week. CJ put on the outside shoulder in the perfect place where it had to be, and there was just no one there when I turned up.
What was your thought when Jackson went out? I mean, that was a big blow, or could have been a really big blow. And what were your thoughts there?
I mean, we knew in the week we were already down, 2 guys. We didn't know Julian was a go for the game or not. He ended up not playing, so we knew we were down Julian and Bab. So we worked early in the week, just knowing every position, make sure you're locked in. Being able to switch in and out just in case some dude got tired or hurt. And when Jackson went down, we just felt very confident in being able to execute our plays. Yeah, I think there is a pretty big difference when it comes to returning a punt. You don't really want to rock into the catch as much. You want to really secure it, especially if you're going to fair catch it. There's no need to rock into it. When you're returning a kick, you want to get that momentum so you can hit it full speed, read it out as your blocks develop. Right. I mean, the first 2 punts were pretty short. I think one of them was like 20-something yards. The other one was 33, so we decided to scoop me up. And then the next one was over my head, so there's not much you could do about it. Just trusting the coaching and where they're going to put you, and we'll be in a better spot this upcoming Saturday.
CJ, we kind of got his perspective on that throw he had to you where he's kind of behind you and why he put it where it was. What was the conversation on that throw on the sideline? You guys were kind of reviewing.
Which player are you talking about?
I think you're coming across the left side. Before the field goal. Yeah, before the
field
goal.
Yeah. We kind of schemed up that play. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to. So we kind of just weren't on the same page there. That's all I can say about that.
When you're in the slot versus when you're outside, because you were kind of everywhere, especially once Jackson got hurt, what are maybe some things you have to be aware of in the slot that maybe don't necessarily apply when you're outside?
Yeah, a big thing for the slot is just getting your depth, speed off the ball, stealing yards, because you don't have that guy in your face like you do on the outside in press man coverage. So that's definitely a big difference. And in the slot you're blocking bigger guys. Sometimes you're messing around in the box with linebackers or safeties traditionally way more than corners. So just playing a little bigger in the slot as opposed to outside.
Emeka, I'm sure you had big expectations for the end of the year. How did it feel to have your coming out party, especially in such a big game? And how does that change your expectations for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I was just really concerned about the team win. We ended up getting it, and that was the best part of my night. Didn't matter if I caught a touchdown. Didn't matter if I had any catches at all. And as far as the rest of the season goes, it's the same thing. We're looking to, get as far as we can this thing, and I think we have a great squad to do so, and we're trying to make a run this year. Yeah, I mean, for sure. My phone was blown up a little bit, but, I love all the support I get. I couldn't have made it to this point without everyone in my corner, coaches and family and, all of the above. So I'm grateful for everyone.
How did it change at all with the injury situations with a couple other guys and knowing that you might be relied on more of a focal point in the offense in some of these games that have been presented?
I don't think it changes too much. At the end of the day, football is football. I've played it my whole life, so is everyone else on the roster. So I mean, we're going to go out there Saturday, and every Saturday to come, and we're just going to play the game that we love. It doesn't matter if you're the main target on the offense. You're just you're there to do your job, and if you do your job well, then it's going to be a good day. I mean, no one could tell you like what X means, not just to receiver room, to the entire team. He's a leader. People want to be around him. People want to follow him. He just really sets a standard for what a Buckeye is, honestly. And it's great to see him in the game he had. I'm excited for the rest of his season, and I'm just glad to call him my brother.
Jackson can't play this week. Does it change much for you? Just your approach, the way you end up playing?
No, I don't think it changes much. Obviously, we'd love to have Jackson, but at the end of the day, everyone in Buckeye Nation can be extremely confident with who Coach Hart puts on the field, and we're ready to execute everything depending on who we have or not.
That had to be a big help going into this game after what happened in the Rose Bowl with the opt-outs, and that has left you guys into a perform or else kind of situation. And Notre Dame, same thing with Jackson.
So what's your question?
What I'm saying is the Rose Bowl prepared you for Jackson going out
Right.
against Notre Dame. That was a big shock, and not that going into this game sort of. Garrett and
Right. Yeah, I mean, having that experience in the Rose Bowl, me and Marvin and Julian all playing more, getting acclimated to, the throws CJ's going to make and stuff like that, and just getting in rhythm with him was really big, and I think that showed on Saturday.
What makes your skill set so suitable in the slot?
I would say I feel very confident in my abilities at receiver. The slot's asked to do some different things that the outside doesn't do, especially when you get that mismatch on safeties. So, I mean, there's nothing I think I can't do on the field. And, just playing with that confidence in the slot and knowing that you're not going against a guy who traditionally guards man-to-man and stuff like that, just having that mismatch is big.
You like that? You see the safety?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
What are you thinking when you see a safety?
Speed off the ball, get him to open up, flip his hips, mess with the top end of the route, see what I can do, and then make a play on the ball.
Do you remember saying anything to Xavier when it was obvious he was going to have to play more? Any kind of encouragement or any kind of key words?
I actually do remember. I went over to X on the sideline when I knew that he was going to be going in the slot and bumping me to outside. I went over to him and I said, do what you've always done. You know what I'm saying? He's had a great fall camp, a great spring. I mean, anyone who's been here at practice a lot could see that he's done so well. I can't speak enough about how he's done. And I just walked up to him, tapped him on the helmet, and told him to just put on display what he's been working.
What does it mean for him? Because you've been in this position. What does it mean for him to have significant time? How much different a player are you the next game? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, from a confidence standpoint, where do you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, getting those jitters out is big. I remember, going into Saturday, I knew it was going to be, really my first collegiate start. And, I was confident, but I was also nervous at the same time. But the first time those pads hit, kind of all the nerves wash away. So having X get that first touchdown under his belt, his first catch, I mean, that's so big for him. And I'm excited to see what he does this week and all the weeks to come.
Did you feel a responsibility going into that game that you had before in college? You understand what being a starter? You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, you're not the guy that's going in and kind of dancing things. You're one of the dudes from the start.
There's definitely more of a responsibility I felt, but I knew that I had put in the work. I knew that I knew all the plays from every position on the field, every wide receiver position that is, and I knew, if I just went out there and I execute my plays like I do in practice and like I do in the walkthroughs and just trust my hands like I do on the jugs machine every day with Marvin and X and all them guys, I knew I was going to be all right.
How much were you working in the slot before Saturday with Jackson, in practice?
Coach Hart does a good job of moving us all around. When we take sets in practice, he'll just be like, Mac, you go in the slot. Marvin, you go to the field receiver. We mix and match a lot. So we're very confident in being able to know the plays and execute them at a high level. And that's a lot of credit to Coach Hart because he moves us around, make sure we're good with everything. And, a lot of the stuff that it comes with moving around receiver. It's not just knowing your route, not just knowing your plays, but knowing where to line up, knowing what coverage you're looking for, knowing if you're the read or you're not the read, stuff like that.
I wanted to ask you about someone on defense too. Tanner McAllister, what's he like to go up against the defense?
Yeah, T-Mac's a great competitor, and especially when I played in the slot a lot. He does really well on the field. He's a great leader off the field, and I'm really glad that he transferred here. It's pretty even, honestly, 50-50 split. You try to get all the plays you can because you don't know what the situation is going to be like on Saturday. Like Jackson went down, I didn't know if I was going to be playing slot, outside, so you just got to be prepared for everything.
Is your level of comfort kind of slot, outside about the same?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say I feel about confident in both.
Two more questions, guys.
Deal with it a little bit. Don't give away all the secrets, obviously, but when you're in the slot, when it's man coverage versus zone coverage, what are some of the things you're trying to look for when you're trying to navigate when you're running around in the slot? And man coverage versus zone coverage.
Yeah. I feel like zone, it's all about stealing depth and getting to your spot. It's all about spacing. So, when you're in zone, you really got to be, punctual and direct with your spots and where you where you're at on the field. When it's man, it's kind of just like a win mindset, attack leverage, get him to flip his hips, and then whatever route you have, just make your break and expect the ball to go up.
When it's zone, how do you work on that feeling, or is it just something you kind of have naturally?
Yeah, the biggest thing is just speed off the ball, and speed off the ball comes with repetition and confidence. If you're fast off the ball, gets everyone to back up, you get your depth quicker, and that's something it sounds simple, but you don't really learn it until you get to college, frankly. Like in high school, I remember I would just ooze off the ball, kind of just read what was happening, but you got to be able to read on the fly while you're running full speed.
I don't want to put any less importance on the outside receiver, but just because of who your quarterback is, it seems like it's not much more important to have that skill in the slot with CJ. Is that like a fair way to put it?
I would say you have to be skillful everywhere, but CJ makes it a lot easier on us.
Emeka, thank you. Hey, we're going to do audience participation real quick, just so we make sure that we get his last name right. Okay, Emeka? No, okay, say Emeka first. Emeka? Egbuka. There we go.
Perfect.
Buddy.
Thank you, guys.
It was very important for us to do that, and the thing is, as a unit, we spoke up about it. We wanted to just run the ball. It was just coach telling coach run the ball. We could make it happen. Just we know they're a very good team. Their defense is very strong, and we just feel like that was the only option that was best for us.
What did it mean for you guys to get Coach Jay listen to you and said, hey, I mean, it's not really his bread and butter to turn to the run. So for you to understand that he's listening to you guys, really.
I mean, just preparation throughout the week. We've built that confidence within us that's what we're capable of doing, and we're just going to do it no matter what.
Was that during the game you guys said something to him on that drive?
I mean, not on the drive, but we just gave coach like the green that we're ready for whatever. We've been practicing all week and we're just ready.
Yeah.
I think it was CJ indicated you might have been sick last week.
Yeah, I was battling with the little fever for the whole week, so the game was a little rough for me.
How so? Did you just sap your energy? What was it like dealing with that?
Just very dehydrated, just exhausted, very fast. Put a lot of toll on me, but it's all right.
How did you manage to push through that?
I think it's more like it's more like a mental thing. Sometimes you just gotta just overcome it. Like you just can I really give 3 hours, 4 hours in? Yeah, I believe I can do it within myself. My body can tell me I can. My mind just gotta think positive and just go through it. So it's all right.
What's it like when you have two dynamic running backs like that who can really take the ball and make a play either one of them? What's it like?
It's a blessing to honestly, man, especially to build that trust and let your running back know, like, hey, I'm here. Whenever you're ready, just look this way. I'm here. And I love both of them. They run the ball very hard. They read guys perfect, and I just like what they do.
How did you embrace the environment of the game with it being a top 5 matchup first game? A lot of guests there on the sidelines, packed Ohio Stadium. How did you embrace it? Because you are entering the starting lineup a little bit more regularly.
I embraced it pretty good. Not new to the atmosphere, so adjusting to it was pretty normal. Just trying to block out the noise and just focus on things that I have to do and I have to accomplish and execute.
Did you get a fever last week?
Yeah.
Was it like a high one?
It was 102. Yeah.
When did you have it?
The night before the game.
Did you think you were going to get a fight?
Most definitely. I feel like I was gonna push through it.
What did you do to push through it?
Just hydrate, the IV bag, and just hydration.
How did you feel during the game?
I felt very fatigued, but it was all right.
Enoch came in for you at one point. Is that because you were so fatigued?
Yeah, that was it.
Doing like IDs and all that stuff during the game or not?
Not during the game, no. Yeah, nah, that's before the game. Before, yeah.
The comments from the defensive line last week about wanting to do the Madison efforts out there, did that register with you guys at all?
See, we block out the noise. All of that is just like, if you're gonna talk about it, you might as well just bring it. You can't talk about it, don't bring it. So we just block out the noise and just do what we got to do as a unit.
Man, how much emotion and excitement getting through the game and being not feeling just the excitement?
It's just really about just staying positive to yourself, knowing that you have a job to do, and you're not gonna let your brothers down. And I felt like I had that extra go in me to, still do what I have to do to get that job done. So that's what I did.
Matt, are you getting any reps at center this week? I mean, in practice, we saw Luke leave with a boot.
I have been taking a couple reps at center.
How confident do you feel there? Do you feel like you can just roll over and play?
I feel confident. No matter where I go, left, right, guard, center. I feel confident wherever.
Have they given you any indication you might start there Saturday?
No indications yet. No.
Hey, Neil, like you were asked a while ago, I couldn't really hear some because you weren't talking to the microphone there when you were just talking to those guys. But when you had to leave there in that 95-yard drive a couple of times, I think you only left once, right?
Yeah, once.
Yeah. But how much did you? Because I think you ended up back in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Touchdown?
I think so.
Yeah. Because Enoch was in there, y'all had.
Yeah.
How much did you want to be in on that group that shoved that drive into the end zone? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I really want to be in there, and I try to fight through as much as I can, and he's going tempo, and I was like, I got to catch my breath. It's hard for me to actually breathe or whatever, but I feel better now. But just for Knox to step up like that and just to execute what he has to do is really good.
What does that mean for the group to see him ready for prime time, so to speak?
It means a lot. Knox is a great player. Even in practice, whenever he's called up to whatever play it is, he's always going. And there's no doubt in my mind that if I needed somebody to step in for me, he won't step up at the highest point.
Is it nice knowing your role this year, knowing that you are going to be that starter, rather than wondering how many snaps you might get at the 6 man?
It's pretty good, honestly. To be able to have a role and a responsibility. It just means a lot to me and my unit.
Is it easier to play your best when you know exactly what your role is?
Yes, it definitely is easy. Just knowing what I actually have to focus on, and I also go beyond that. Just watching extra films at center or whatever position it is, whoever my opponent is, beside me or across from me. Just go above and beyond.
I don't know if you're able to, during the game, really assess how Donovan was doing, but watching it back on film, your impressions of him for a first start?
I honestly feel like Donovan did a great job. Holding his own, building that confidence within us, and we just all worked as a unit, stay positive, and just whatever we focus in practice is executing the game.
Is there anything about Arkansas State, especially their front, that is concerning? Explain what y'all are kind of up against on Saturday.
They're a pretty good team. They show their defense very sound. They hit the gaps hard. They fly around, and that's one thing that we have to do on practice. We can't take nobody for granted, and that's what we're not going to do.
Matt, how big of a confidence builder was it for you
Last
guys
question
as
right
a
here.
group, to know that Coach Day is saying, all right, you guys, you're going to get the job done on this last drive. You're going to make it happen.
It was a big confidence for him to build that trust against us, and we've been showing it all week. So I'm glad that he was able to give us a head nod like you guys could do it, and there's no doubt in our mind that we weren't able to do it.
It's one thing to get out there and obviously protect CJ when he's throwing the football, but
Yeah.
to know that now you got to grind it out. You got to really hit up front. That's got to be pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. That's all we was asking for. Everybody's ready. We was just as a unit wanted to pound the ball and let's run.
In a situation where you have to go in at center, how confident do you feel that Enoch could step in?
I'm very confident. Knock is a very great player. He does everything on the field, practice, and there's no doubt in my mind he can't do it in the game. So if he was called up too, I know he would do a very great job.
Matt, last question. Coach Day talked a lot yesterday about the competitive stamina that he wants you guys to have. Is it hard at all to maintain that same level of intensity this week when there was so much build-up to the opener?
I won't say that. I think it's just all about just the mental part. It's just how you think about it. Usually they say if you overthink, you just settle for less. But you just gotta stay positive. Have that positive mentality. It's all right, we got this, or it's the second down, but we're gonna push through it. You just gotta talk to yourself and just know that you got it. That's all.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Kind of undescribable, man. The first time for us to get out there and just finally go against someone else not in the same uniform as us, not our offense. It was just really fun. I'm just glad to see our guys go out there and execute our plan.
Were you
dysfunction?
Nah, I wouldn't say surprised at all. You know, we talked about this, and not only did we talk about it, but we executed out here on the field first. So I'm just glad. Love you too, bro. I'm just glad to see it all come out, and for you guys to see it as well. It was huge. You know, leading up to the game, I told you guys how special his camp was this year. I'm just glad he got to take advantage of his moment. You know, his number was called and he made the play. It kind of just makes you feel, you know, safe. You know that it's a long season ahead and things are going to happen, but just to know that you got the guys back there that can go out there and make a play when it's time for them to make a play, it makes you feel good.
Ronnie, this is the first time we got to see you guys really implement the jack up front on the line. From the back end perspective, how does that change how you guys play defensively? How does it affect your offense?
You know, just knowing where he's at. If you can get to know where he's at, because you know, he doesn't necessarily have the same rules as everyone else on the D line. He got more of free range to go make plays. So for us, just to know that we got someone down there that's more willing and able to make plays, it just helps us in coverage points and run fits and stuff like that.
Ronnie, it's just the way that offense is trying to, I guess, just Notre Dame's offense is trying to adjust to the different looks you guys get.
I really wasn't looking too much at the O-line, to be honest. So.
Ronnie, just being somebody who's a veteran leader in the safety room, what do you say to someone like Josh when he makes a mistake and kind of has to bounce back from that?
You know, Prox is an experienced veteran here. You know, I think he handled everything well. It's a long season ahead. You know, Prox is a great player, and so is the other guys in the room. I'm excited for everyone in the room. You know, whenever someone is on the field, you know, I'm sure they're going to make that play when that number's called.
How do you think Lathan and Josh can complement each other?
Can you repeat that, please?
How do you think Lathan and Josh can complement each other over the course of the season?
They're just two athletic freaks. You know, when they see ball, you know, they go get ball. That's just kind of how they play. That's their motto. You know, knowing them, being in the room with them, and being on side of them, I know what they're thinking and how they see plays and how they want to trigger things. I think those guys are just ball hawks, and you know, they're always ready to make a play.
Right, you were talking Lathan up, obviously, in the summer when we got to talk to you. To see him finally opening game, be out there and balling like he was. What did it just mean to you, and what do you think it means to him?
It's no surprise at all. You know, I've seen him make those plays routinely come camp and practice and stuff like that. That's things we talked about. So I'm just happy he got a chance to go out there and do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you feel good for him, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You know, he knows how I feel. You know, we talked about this. So, what's going on, Talib?
In preseason, it seemed a lot of, when we were talking about facing these bigger, physical, more running teams like Notre Dame, Wisconsin, etc. Talk kind of centered around the same position maybe at linebacker and how you might switch to more of a traditional 4-3 look. But it seemed like your physicality as safeties, you and Lathan, and maybe Josh to some extent too, was able to kind of account for that extra presence in the box and come downhill and make those plays. I guess when did that sort of switch happen?
I mean, we knew kind of Coach Knows made it very clear it's a safety-driven defense. You know, we were going to be asked to cover, going to be asked to come down and make tackles in the open field or even at the line of scrimmage. So that's just kind of something that we knew what our job was, and during camp and in spring ball we kind of worked on those things. So it was no real surprise for us come game day when we had to do those things.
Tanner McAllister, kind of, he's an overlooked guy maybe at times in this defense. Talk about what he brings and what his value is to him.
I've said this many a times, but Tanner's just an all-around pro. You know, the way he takes care of business, the way he watches films and stuff like that, and his IQ is off the charts. And besides that, you know, he was in the system with Coach Knowles for some time, so to know that he has experience in it, you know, he's been in it when plays work and also when plays don't. So just having that on the field with you is just a huge bonus.
And then going back to that more physical style you guys kind of had to implement against Notre Dame Saturday. What did your experience in the Bullet last year help you with that at all?
For sure, definitely. You know, I definitely saw some of the same looks, maybe just to the field, as compared to seeing them from the boundaries last year. But definitely, yeah.
Ronnie, you said you weren't surprised. You said you weren't surprised by your guys' performance, but there had to be kind of some sense of like, all right, yeah, we just did that when the final seconds tick off the clock against Notre Dame.
For sure, yeah. We definitely said that, but you know, it's a long season ahead. You know, that was just the first step right there.
What was it like in the locker room afterwards between you guys? I mean, was it like, all right, we handled our business, and was there kind of a little bit of a celebration there?
you know, we enjoy every win we get, you know, especially in that shoe week 1. So it was definitely a great feeling. We enjoyed that win that night. We came back, watched the film, but now it's on Arkansas State.
You said that's step 1. What is step 2 for you guys? I mean, obviously I know who the opponent is, but what do you guys now want to do to even improve on what you did against them?
Yeah, despite, you know, what it may look like on Saturday, you know, there was a lot of things that we still got to get corrected. So, you know, we come in the facility each day trying to get better on those things, you know, try to have a better Tuesday than last week or a better Wednesday than last Wednesday.
Ronnie, how comfortable were you out there Saturday? Because it looked like you were seeing everything. You were around the ball, feels like almost every play. I don't know when you went back and looked at it, what you graded out as, but it just seemed to me like maybe you were kind of in total control. Does it feel that way to you?
Yeah, definitely. It felt a lot more easier out there. Saw things a little bit more slower, especially compared to last year. Like I said, Coach Knowles does a great job of, you know, having especially his safeties, you know, kind of see the offense and be able to play fast and make plays and stuff like that. So I think I was just able to take advantage of that.
How did you guys?
I see you, baby. Yeah, Ronnie.
Back in that really big play. The first play of the game, they got 3 yards, but it didn't seem to phase you. Maybe Coach Davis saying you last year.
One of our key mindsets in the room is next play is the most important play. So you can't let any play, no matter if it's the first, last, whatever it is, you can't let any play kind of get in your head. You know, they made that big play. You know, you just got to bounce back.
Just watching all of you as a defense, it just looked like you guys were playing with more confidence out there. Is that something that you felt?
Most definitely. You know, we know we put in the work. We know that we trusted in our coaches and what they taught in us prior to the weeks leading up. So it was just easy for us to go out there and just play ball.
What is it that these coaches do well that give you so much confidence in
Last question for Ronnie.
Can you repeat that? Just the end?
These coaches do well that give you so much confidence in what they're asking you to do?
Just the way that they teach things and hold on, gang. My apologies. Just the way that they teach things is whether that's in the room or on the field. Coach Perry Eliano and Coach Matt Guerrero and Coach McGrath, specifically in the safety room, just do a good job on the details and giving us looks and stuff that we may see or even that we may not see, but they do a good job of just putting it all out there for us.
Coach Knowles was saying that coming into the season that it's more, it isn't necessarily guys making big plays, it's just guys being in the right place. Did it feel more like that on Saturday than it had?
Yeah, as a defense, you know, the big plays and stuff like that stuff will come. You know, you do your job, you do your assignment, everything else will fall into place. I think we did a good job of that on Saturday. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Ronnie.
Yep.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we were just feeding off each other's energy, and I think, like, it just felt good to be back. You know, it's a 100th year anniversary in the shoe, and first game too. So it just felt great to be back in the shoe.
JT, I mean, what is it that you feel personally like you are doing better now that's maybe allowing you to play more snaps, play a bigger role than you did a year ago?
I'll probably say just trusting my ability, trusting God, and trusting my teammates, my brothers, and as well as just pre-snap reads. I think all those play a role into helping me like level my game up a little bit more. But I think everybody around this whole staff has contributed. It's a big role of helping me gain a bigger edge in the way I played and continue playing.
Zach, for you, you've been around here a while. How much confidence do you think Jim has in you guys to be able to call a corner blitz in the first play of his entire career?
Yeah, I think that goes along with how we play with confidence because we know that Coach Knowles got our back regardless of what happens on that field. He's never going to throw anybody under the bus. A lot of times he takes blame for our mistakes, and not a lot of coaches do that. And so let's just go out there and just play free and just go play football and go play fast and physical, and that's what you need to do on a defense to be elite. As far as his play calling goes, like I said, we got 100% trust in Coach Knowles because we've seen it all fall camp, all off season. We've seen that, he's going to put us in a position to make plays, and then like with the playmakers we got on this defense, we can't help but love that.
So you know that he has trust in you, but you had to be a little bit surprised that that's his first call, right? I mean, like, was that at all a surprise to you?
I mean, like I said, I trust Coach Knowles. He's going to dial it up, and we're going to run whatever he calls. And whenever he calls, we truly believe is the best play for that situation.
We all know that play gets out for 54 yards, but then you guys bounce back over a field goal. How did you put that big play to open the game behind you all to, respond to it?
like I said, the confidence that we built up over fall camp, just like we're good. Like we're good. Like one play is not going to beat us. One drive is not going to beat us. So after that first play, I could definitely look around and be like, guys like, oh, hold on. It's like, nah, we're good. We're good. And then, Mike comes back that next play, gets the TFL, and then we're right back rolling to where we started. We almost forgot about that first play. So like I said, it's just confidence in my brothers and the defense and who we got on the field, and confidence in Coach Knowles.
I think, like Zach touched on it a little bit, it played a role when in spring ball and just continue to fix all the little things, and as well as gain trust from Coach Knowles and get that connection going. I think spring ball, fall camp, and to the game. I mean, the game speaks for itself. I think that played a big role. Just knowing each other at that point when Coach Knowles first came in, and trusting him trusting us, and going out there and playing the best of our abilities. Nothing really. I mean, Mike's been doing that all camp, all spring, and I mean, y'all seen it. But I think for us, we seen Brother Mike do that all the time. So to see him do it on the game, it's like, man, he this is what he's been working for. This is what he's been wanting, and it was no surprise to us. We seen him been doing it all camp and all spring ball.
Yeah, and
could y'all physically?
Yeah, and like I said about Mike, he's just a special player. He's like one of those guys where you see him do stuff on the field, and it's like you acknowledge, especially being around for a while, not everybody can do that. And I feel like he's starting to realize that more and more as he's making plays, and especially having last Saturday, him building on it and getting the confidence to go out there and be like, nah, these dudes can't block me. And like that's the mindset that we try to tell Mike, like, Mike, bro, you like that, like you a dog, and he's starting to get that mindset. Just keep rolling, and like I said, you can speak to this too, JT. Like Mike's almost like a spark plug for the defense. Like y'all see him out there like going crazy, and we all feed off of that. It's like, nah, Mike turned. We trying to get turned with Mike, and so like it just feeds out everybody else to make plays and stuff like that. Yeah, he's explosive. Like he's got explosion like wide receivers, DBs. But
baby Aaron Donald. What I've been saying.
That's a crazy comparison, but nah, for real. Like I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, bro, and he's strong. He's a small nose guard, but he's not weak. He's got heavy hands. He's strong. So we talking about Mike, bro.
Oh, Mike, that's a dog right there. It's a little Aaron Donald to me.
Like, bro,
what happened?
I just said that. Bro. We literally just said the same thing.
I didn't mean to interrupt your duo. I forgot y'all were a duet here.
Duo.
Both of you
We don't sing.
You answer questions though. Yeah. Could y'all, like you just touched on that, could y'all feel the offense adjusting to what was going on there to him and changing pretty much the way they were playing against you, meaning the effort Mike was giving, but also the effect he was having? Did you feel the difference?
Okay.
Are you asking like?
Did you feel things kind of change up the way they were dealing with you guys?
Oh yeah, I think that that came a big role in practice all week. I think all the coaches and Coach Knowles, Coach Jay, and everybody in the defensive staff did a great job of preparing us well. All of us were, in the film room together, even on our own times, just making sure we were all on one page, one sound. And I think that played a big role on Saturday. And it's like everything that was out there, we were ready for it. And, that's big props to the coaching staff and us taking that seriously as coming in on our own time and watching as a group.
Was there one play, Zach, in that defense where I watched the video and stuff that just encapsulated what's different about this defense this year compared to last year? Was there one play that just sticks in your mind?
I wouldn't say one play. I honestly would say that first long play they had. Last year we would have folded. Last year we would have panicked. Last year they would have scored a touchdown. This year, like I said, we're just playing confident, and that comes with the work that we put in on practice on Tuesday and Wednesday, and just the work throughout the week and the work that we know the coaches put in to put us in the right position. So I just feel like it's not one play, and then after that one play, we just was rolling. We were playing physical, fast, and just playing with energy. And like every tackle we made felt like a third down sack, everybody was so excited and so hyped just to make plays and be with each other, and I feel like that's huge to be a good defense.
Is that when you guys look back at film, do you look at it as like compared to what would have happened last year? Like, do you see a play like that would have been 6 last year? Like, do you see the changes? Like,
No, it's a new year, a new standard. So we really don't talk about last year much at all, except for when y'all ask us. But like, aside from that, no, this is a whole new season, whole new goals, whole new mission, whole new players. So it's a whole new defense.
what challenge does Arkansas State present? Nobody's asking about them this week.
They present a lot. I mean, we got to treat everybody as if we're playing the best team, and I think we can't set our standard low. I think every game we respect and treat every opponent like it's the best team we're going to play, or like it's our last game we're going to play. And we're doing the same thing we did against Notre Dame in the film room, trying to study. And I think there's no time to take your foot off the gas. I think it's all gas, no brakes, and just making sure we know our plays and we're playing Buckeye ball.
There's a couple more questions, guys.
Stressed out with all the different looks and players you were playing. They only had 48 snaps, but did you notice that? Any look of concern about you guys throwing fresh players out there? And different looks?
No, not really. I mean, they watch film as well. It's just I don't know if it's necessarily the looks that we were giving them, and just like you said, keeping guys fresh and just keeping playing. I feel like our play speed definitely showed later in the game. Like guys were fresh, very fresh. None of us played that many plays, so when we got on that field, the job is to increase the tempo. So when I'm off, the next defensive end or the next D tackle can come in and play against a worn-out O-lineman and go get a sack. Because the way we feel about it in the D-line room is like one person get a sack, we all get a sack. And you can see it in the way we celebrate and the way we carry ourselves. Like when Mike got that sack, if you could see our sideline, we could have ran on the field if it wasn't a flag, all celebrating in the end zone. But that's just kind of how our mindset is. One eats, we all eat.
When there is so much build up to that first game against Notre Dame, is it difficult at all to maintain that same level of intensity going forward?
I would say, that's like, it's one thing we hold our standard to. Like Zach said, new standard, a new year, and I think that year is always be the best silver bullets, be a silver bullet out there, and make sure that silver bullet lives up to the standard. So I think every game we're bringing that, and especially in practice, big props to our offense. We're always battling. It's like every day we're going against, we're playing against our own offense, one of the top offenses in the country. So I think they do a great job of just making us go in. When Saturday comes, we've been going that intensity since Tuesday. So I think we just keep the ball going and keep our head down, trusting God, and just keep going forward.
Yeah, one play I was.
How much have you worked on that? Is that new, like this year? Have you been doing that?
I've worked on it at a couple times during camp. It's just something to change up that we can throw in the game. just to switch up the look for the offense, keep them on their heels, guessing. I'm a lot faster than most of the D tackles and like that they would normally play against, and I got length, and it's pretty much the same as rushing on the edge. Just everything's just quicker, and so I felt like me bringing my speed down at 3 tech, I really can give guards some fits if I do that.
Great, gentlemen, thank you very much.
All right, folks, keep it locked in here for more interviews and press conferences and the like. Also, visit the site, thebuckeyecast.com, subscribe to the show, hit the bells, the up signs, the thumbs, the fingers, whatever. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.